Hi, and thanks for joining me. The film you're about to see was made in 2009. Yes, that's right, 10 years ago. It was filmed at Crofton Pumping Station on the Kennet and Avon Canal. At that time it was filmed in the old television formats of 4:3, but I have digitally enhanced it, so it is now in the format we see today. I have also re-edited the film and added a narrative. So I hope you'll enjoy watching, and I'll be pleased to receive your comments. Crofton Pumping Station, now known as Crofton Beam Engines, was established in the early 1800s in readiness for the opening of the Kennet and Avon Canal in 1810. It was built to supply water to the Summit Pound, about a mile or 1.5 kilometres to the west. Here we see a boat passing through Lock 58, heading towards the summit, with 3 further locks to negotiate. Restoration began in 1968 when the Kennet and Avon Canal Trust bought the building for £75 from the then British Waterways Board, now the Canal and River Trust. Steam is provided by a Galloway Lancashire boiler installed in 1987. The pumping station was Grade 1 listed in 1985. There are 2 beam engines installed, an 1812 Boulton and Watt, which is the oldest beam engine in the world, still operating in its original engine house, and an 1846 Harveys of Hale engine. The Boulton and Watt engine was first steamed in 1970, and the Harveys of Hale engine a year later. The starting of an engine is rather complex and needs considerable concentration, and is not something that is easy for me to explain. In the early stages, the water pump is not primed, so extra care has to be taken. Once the startup cycle is complete, the engine driver has to monitor the stroke of the beam and adjust the steam throttle to ensure it remains within acceptable limits. Here we see the Harveys and Hale engine being started up. There are 2 pumps in use, a lift pump and a force pump, the latter being favoured as it has a separate rising main. The Harveys of Hale beam weighs 4.5 tons, whilst that of the Boulton and Watt engine weighs 6 tons. Water originally came from a natural spring, but in 1836, a 7.5 acre or 3 hectare lake known as Boulton Water was formed on the other side of the canal to supply the engine pound below the pumping station, and a culvert from there fed the well beneath the building. One month before my visit, the electric pumps now used at Crofton failed, so steam power was called on to provide the water supply to the summit pound. The Marquis of Aylesbury has allowed Wilton Water to be built on his land, and part of the deal was that his home, Tottenham House, be provided with fresh water, so pumps were added to each engine for this purpose. This pump now provides priming water. The chimney is 82 feet or 25 metres tall and was built in 1859, though lowered by 35 feet or 11 metres a century later as the top part was unstable, eventually being restored to its original height in 1997. Water is lifted 40 feet or 12 metres into a feeder channel, which discharges by gravity into the summit pound. Let's take a closer look at the pumps from down below. If you have enjoyed watching, please comment and like, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.